Sometimes life can feel like a treadmill and you're just running in place, not making any progress towards your goals. It's like you're just running and running and running and not going anywhere, not getting any traction, not making progress. And that can be really frustrating because as human beings, we are made to experience progress. We're made to go forward, right? And so sometimes, when you feel like you're not making any progress, it can be the most frustrating thing that you can experience. But let me tell you something. You're not alone because so many people are feeling the same way. There are plenty of people out there who feel just the way you do. They feel stuck. But the good news is that there's a way to get unstuck and start moving forward again. Because God wants us to move forward. God does not want us to be stuck. And we just, we all need a fresh start. At some point in our lives, at some point in our journeys, we need a fresh start. And a fresh start comes when we ask God to guide our steps. When we ask God to guide our steps, we can get a fresh start. But maybe the reason that you're stuck is because you're still trying to do things the way that you've always done them, right? And so that may be the reason that you're stuck, because you're still trying to do things the way that you've always done them, the way that you've always experienced it. I've always done it this way. And what if God is calling you to embrace something new? That may be the thing. The reason why you're feeling stuck is because you're trying to do the same old things and God is calling you to embrace something new. I know you probably did some wonderful things before. Maybe you had some pretty cool accomplishments, and that's good. That's all fine and good. But maybe God is saying, forget about all that. That is nothing compared to what I'm about to do through you, because he's about to do something new through you. And maybe he's trying to get you to see that he's already begun. He's already begun the process of doing something new, and he's just trying to get you to see it. You may think that you're stuck in a wilderness right now, but he can provide a pathway through the wilderness. I know you may feel defeated right now, but you can still have victory. In fact, you can have victory because victory is promised to you, right? Victory is promised to you. And if you let God lead you through this tough time of feeling stuck, you can have a victory. But the one thing that you have to do is you have to stop dwelling on the past. You have to. You have to get your mind off the things of the past. Get your mind off the things, the way you did things before, because God is trying to do something new through you. And so you've come to this point where you feel stuck because you're focusing so much of your energy on an old strategy and an old process and an old way of doing things. And you think that old strategy still works, but maybe it doesn't. Maybe it doesn't work anymore. And maybe this is God's way of trying to show you that it's time to take your eyes and put them on a new thing that he's doing through you. Put your eyes on the new work that he is going to do through you. Okay? But if you stay stuck in the stale and stagnant things of the past, you would never go forward to a new thing that God has for you. And there is going to always come a time when we must forget the past and move on to what God has for us in the future. It's time. There's going to come a time where you move on to things that God has for you in the future and for your future. But staying stuck in the past can keep you from the new thing that God wants to do with you. And so, like I said, you have to find a way to move forward, because I believe that nothing that is great is going to be the things that you've done in the past, right? Every great thing is always forward. It's always future. Okay. And so stop dwelling on the things that you've done and the way that you've done them. Right. But here's the question. Here's the question that I have for you. Will you get in step with how God is moving and leading you? Will you get in step with how God is moving and leading you? Because I'll tell you, he wants to lead you to something new. And the question is, Will you get in the step of God? Will you get in the flow of God, of how he is moving you and trying to lead you? Will you get in the step? But here's the problem that a lot of us have. Often we know or we believe that God may be leading us to something. Sometimes we know that. Sometimes we know God is trying to lead us to something. But the problem is we worry about all of the details and all of the obstacles that may get in the way. But I believe that God is saying to you, don't worry about all that. Like I said before, you might be stuck in a wilderness, but he can make a pathway through the wilderness. And because he has the resources and the plans that you don't even know about yet. But once you stop worrying so much about all of the little details and all the obstacles that may get in the way, and just start walking in the direction that he told you to go, then all the resources and all the plans will open up for you. See, people often don't make a move until they get clarity, until they know everything that's going to happen. But I believe this. I believe that clarity comes once you start moving. Once you start moving in the direction, clarity comes. Things will get clear. You'll start to see the resources and the plans. You'll start to see ways around the obstacles, because you're going to have some obstacles, but you will start seeing how to get around those obstacles once you start moving. So to sum it all up, if you feel stuck, it's probably because your mind is still stuck on an old way of doing something or an old perspective of how something should work. And maybe you had success in the past, but now it's time to forget about all that because it's time to walk into something new. Now, here are 4 things that I want you to take away from what I've shared with you today. The first thing is this. The first thing is God doesn't keep you in the past. God is not keeping you in the past. God wants you to move forward. God is always moving, and his plans and his plans for you is always forward. It's never back. It's never in the old things that you've done. That's the first thing. The second thing is this. God is able to make new things in your life. I know you may think that it'll never be this way and you reminisce on the past, but God is able to make new things come in your life. And the third thing is this. You are meant to go through different seasons of your life. So never just cling to one season. I don't care if it was a great season. Never cling to just one season, because you're meant to go through different seasons in your life. And the fourth thing is this. God is able to make a way where there seems to be no way. And so those are some of the things that I just want to leave with you. And because if you're feeling stuck, I just want you to just take in everything that I just said and just know that God makes a pathway for you, and he has a plan for you, and he is trying to move you into something new. And it's just up to you to embrace that process. If you got something out of this, hit the like button. Let me know in the comments. Let me know what you got out of it. And if you know anybody that this can benefit, please share it with them. Let them know where you got this. Share it with them. And I believe that this is something that can help. Okay, if you are feeling stuck, because we all get stuck in life sometimes. And like I said, I believe that it's because we are stuck in the past. And so it's time to move forward into the thing that God is wanting to do in and through us.